Hi, my name is Stella, and today we're going to talk about the world's most popular psychoactive drug, caffeine. Most of us are consuming caffeine. Almost 80% of the world is consuming caffeine daily. In the United States, 55 to 62 milligrams of caffeine is consumed per day. In cups of coffee, this equates to about 400 million cups of coffee per day and approximately 146 billion cups of coffee per year. That's a lot. In its pure form, caffeine is a bitter, odorless, white crystalline alkaloid. Caffeine is most commonly found in coffee, tea, soda, chocolate, and energy drinks. Other sources of caffeine from around the world include guaranara from Brazil, mate from Argentina, and cola nuts from South America and the West Indies. Cola nuts are also the origin of Coca-Cola. Now, let's talk about how caffeine affects your body. Caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant, meaning it affects your brain and your spinal cord. Now, chemically, the structure of caffeine is very similar to the structure of adenosine. This causes caffeine to act as a competitive inhibitor to adenosine. So adenosine is released and bound to receptors in the brain, decreasing brain activity. So an increase in adenosine production, which naturally happens throughout the day, will cause the person to become more tired. Caffeine, coming in as a competitive inhibitor, will then bind to these receptors, and block the adenosine from binding to the receptor, causing the person to stay awake. And this is usually why people drink coffee anyways, is to stay awake. Now, caffeine has been reported to have anti-inflammatory effects. This is due to the inhibition of phosphodiesterases, or PDEs. So caffeine inhibits PDEs. Inhibiting PDEs allows the body to increase the production of cyclic AMP, which is involved in metabolism. The increase in cyclic AMP will activate the protein kinase A, which is a messenger involved in metabolism. The activation of protein kinase A will now inhibit leucine synthesis, leading to reduction of inflammation. This property of caffeine is where the pharmacological research comes from. Physiologically, small doses of caffeine relax the smooth muscle, stimulates cardiac muscle, and stimulates diuresis, or just causes the individual for a need to urinate. As a central nervous system stimulant, it can enhance alertness, block drowsiness, and diminish fatigue. But in high doses, cardiovascular effects include an increase in heart contractions, which is why people's heart beat really fast when they drink too much coffee. And theophylline, or tea, is another form of caffeine that helps with respiratory problems such as breathing. So when people are sick, usually they are recommended to drink some tea to help them breathe. Socially, caffeine consumption can become a daily ritual where people need it to kick off their day. A lot of people that I know, including myself, are now going to coffee shops to hang out and to take cute and aesthetic pictures with their friends and their coffee. It has now also become a social custom. When one would like to catch up with a friend, they often say, "We should go grab a cup of coffee sometime." Students are also more and more going to coffee shops to study. Energy drinks and caffeine pills are also being consumed by college students to stay awake in class, when they're studying for midterms and finals, and when they're going out with friends just to stay awake. Now we will discuss the differences between intoxication of caffeine versus dependency on caffeine. So a maximum of about 400 milligrams of coffee per day, which equates about 4 cups of coffee, is okay. High doses of coffee can cause caffeineism, which is symptom caused by a high chronic intake of caffeine. A high dose would be considered around 1 gram of caffeine, which is about 10 cups of coffee per day. Symptoms include muscle twitching, motor agitation, ringing in ears, and seeing flashes of light. In terms of dependence, people tend to have withdrawals that last around 2 to 7 days. These are the people that are trying to stop consuming so much caffeine. This is where the headaches come in, a decrease in alertness, anxiousness, fatigue, feeling fatigued and lethargic, and then sometimes nervousness. Thank you so much for watching.